so much to see. Every corner I turn, there's something there to remind me of my beautiful nation and what it means to me. Not a thing out of place, that's what's special about it. And do you hear? It's the songs the birds are singing. Do you hear? It's a sound that's everlasting, and there's no end in sight. Just the beginning of our lives, sweet Grenada. This is home, yes. And do you hear? It's the songs the birds are singing. Do you hear? It's a sound that's everlasting, and there's no end in sight. Just the beginning of our lives, sweet Grenada. This is home, 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 sweet Grenada. Yeah, this is home.
Yes, Grenada, Carriacou, Petimonic, and the world. I'd like to welcome you to another Mikey Live program, people. This is where it all happens. We are talking about the good, the bad, and the Mikey, people. It is always a pleasure, you know. Yeah, you know, it feels good to tell you what's happening in the place. Some things you have not heard, some things you know about, you ain't sure about, you're looking for a perspective. So it's a pleasure. So those of you who are on the program for the first time, welcome to Mikey Live. Those of you who are always on the program, welcome to Mikey Live. Those of you who are on the program by accident, welcome still. Oh yeah, we have a few things to tell you about. Let's go ahead and tell you what's in the headlines. PBC Boys, Presentation Brothers College Boys, praise for heroic work. We'll tell you what it has to do with. Increasing traffic violations, says the police. Police week in full swing. I should say in full effect. Gotta tell you about that. World Red Cross Day. The theme this year is #love. One of the Chinese restaurant robbers caught. And we're talking about that situation that happened in St. Lucia. We told you guys about that yesterday. Well, we have an update for you on that today, that they have caught one of the accomplices. Gonna show you that later on the program. And Prince Harry and Meghan named their dream son Archie. Yes? So we have that and more to tell you about. So only brace all yourself, get all the popcorn and all the coke and thing, because it's gonna be real nice on the program tonight. Yeah? It's about the action, the suspense, and the drama. This is news discussed, not told. Now, the headlines was brought to you through the kind compliments of Duty Free Caribbean and Colombian Emeralds International. Folks, when we return, it's going to be real news in Ole Lili Lolo. So brace yourself, and it's Lili Lolo, not Lolo Lili, not Lolo Loha. What kind of funny name people meet me and tell me on the street? The word is Li Lo Lo. Pick up all the wholesale. So people, we're going to take a break, and when we take it, we just take it short. So we're going to take a short break, and when we come back, we'll all know how the thing's set. Alright, so hold on, there we come in.
I see trees of green, red roses too. I see them bloom
for me and you.
I see friends shaking hands, saying, how do you do? They're really saying, I love you. What a wonderful world.
We all look forward to our retirement, enjoying our golden years with family, friends, and loved ones. The best way to secure an income during retirement is through investments, savings, and an NIS pension. Thanks to improvements in healthcare, Grenadians are living longer, healthier lives. These years also need to be covered by a pension to guarantee a comfortable life. Today you contribute 9% and retire at age 60, but as benefit expenses continue to rise and with longer lifespans, the NIS won't be able to provide pensions and other social security benefits at this rate. To continue providing benefits, the NIS will need to increase the contribution rate from 9% to 11%, a 2% overall increase shared between you and your employer. The retirement age will gradually increase from 60 to 65 over an extended period. Let's put this into perspective. If you earn $1,500 today, your contribution is $60 and your employer pays $75. With a 2% increase shared between you and your employer, you'll now pay $75 and your employer will pay $90. That's only a $15 increase. These are the types of social security changes being made worldwide. In fact, Grenada has one of the lowest pension age and contribution rates in the region. With these small changes, you'll be able to continue enjoying all social security benefits and retire between age 60 and 65 with the guarantee of a pension from the NIS. If these adjustments aren't made now, then by 2035, the NIS will need to increase your contribution rate to 22.5%. So, what can you do? Support the incremental changes and continue with the solidarity of the Grenadian people. A little change today for a convenient, happy future.
The excitement builds for the Grenada Music Festival 2019. 3 nights of pulsating live music and great food. The festival kicks off on Friday, June 7th with Rhythm and Soul, featuring Freddie Jackson, Carrie Hilson, Eddie Bullen, Jefferson Ramirez and the Solid Band, and more. Saturday is Reggae Fest with performances by Busy Signal, Maxi Priest, Kamani Marley, and a special surprise guest. The festival climax is on Sunday, June 9th with Soca Fusion featuring the All-Stars with Blacks and Teddyson John, Patrice Roberts, Was Ways, and many more. General admission Friday and Saturday $80. Sunday you pay only $60. Limited early bird, season pass, and VIP tickets now available at gotofet.com. It's the most talked about event of the year, GMF 2019. June 7th to 9th. Get your tickets today.
To keep it fresh, chill it. To get it hot, cook it. To keep it clean, wash it. Do all that and more with top brand appliances from Quartz. Try that recipe on a new stove. Keep those fruit bowls chilled in the latest design fridge. Get laundry done with a brand new washer and dryer combo. Purchase any Whirlpool product and get a chance to win $8,000. Shop with Quartz Ready Finance and pay nothing until June. Only at Quartz, bringing value home.
All right, folks, so we're good to go again. All right, so welcome to all the people who are just joining us on the program. All right, folks, so where do we start? Okay, so the first thing that I have to tell all about, boys, is a very interesting case that Attorney Rogers Ferguson and them were dealing with the CCJ and a gentleman. Now listen to this. A 5-member panel of judges of the Caribbean Court of Justice, the CCJ, on Tuesday, May 7th, reserved judgment on certain preliminary legal issues in the case brought by the Grenadian, that is David Bain, against the Republic of Trinidad and Tobago. Now, to tell you the story, On October 9th, 2018, Bain applied for leave, and that was to bring proceedings against the Republic of Trinidad and Tobago for breach of his freedom of movement rights under the revised Treaty of Chaguaramas regarding his December 4th, 2017 denial of entry there to attend a wedding of a family member and to enjoy Trinidad for a few days. Now, at a case management hearing of the matter, and that was on November 20th, 2018, he became the first Grenadian to be granted leave to commence proceedings in the original jurisdiction of the CCJ, which he instituted on November 27, 2018. At another case management conference on January 30th, 2019, the court identified 3 preliminary points to be addressed by the parties based on the defense of Mr. Bain, his claims filed by the Republic of Trinidad and Tobago. Now, 1. Whether Bain waived his rights to be treated as a Caribbean community national by the immigration authorities of the Republic of Trinidad and Tobago on his presentation of a completed immigration form acknowledging citizenship of the United States of America along with a valid United States of America passport and thereby invoking citizenship of the United States of America. 2. Whether it will make a difference in the establishment of any such waiver if Bain's disclosure of the Grenadian citizenship occurred before or after decision was made by the immigration authorities to deny him entry into Trinidad and Tobago. And thirdly, whether the presentation by Bain of his Grenadian national identification card and his driver's license was sufficient to conclusively determine his Grenadian citizenship and thereby entitle him to be treated by the Republic of Trinidad and Tobago as a national of a Caribbean Community member state. The court also invited both the state of Grenada and the CARICOM Secretariat to make submissions in the matter. At Tuesday's hearing and in written submissions prior, both the CARICOM Secretariat and the Republic of Trinidad and Tobago submitted that the CARICOM passport, save for Montserrat and Haiti, is the only current appropriate document for CARICOM nationals to invoke the right to freedom of movement. When Bain entered Trinidad and Tobago in December of 2017, he was traveling on his U.S. passport. Now, Bain's attorney, on the other hand, submitted that he, Bain, had produced sufficient evidence to the Trinidad immigration authorities to establish his Grenadian nationality, being a dual citizenship of both Grenada and the United States, including his Grenadian driver's license and his Grenadian voter ID card. Bain's U.S. passport also reflected his place of birth as Grenada. It was further submitted on behalf of Bain that once he established he was a Grenadian citizen, he was entitled to be treated by the Trinidad immigration authorities as a CARICOM national. Tuesday's hearing was presided over by the CCJ president, Adrian Saunders, and included Justice Jacob with David Highton, Winston Anderson, and Andrew Borges. Now, this is a very, very interesting case, and the outcome will set some sort of precedent, and that is why you would find a story like that having received so much media dominance for those of you who follow the revised Treaty of Chaguaramas and the right to movement and so on. All right, very interesting case. You can follow up on this story on our website, mikeylive.com, where you can find more on this, and we're going to continue to follow this for those of you who are into that sort of thing. Now, the Ministry of Sports, that's another story, is inviting students, athletes across the nation to compete at the national trials to select the preliminary team for the 2019 Windward Islands Schools Games, which is WIS Games. Now, the national trials are for the following sporting disciplines: women's basketball, men's basketball, netball, women's volleyball, and men's volleyball. Now, students must be 20 years and younger, but must not be turning 21 in the year of competition. students must be currently enrolled and attending a secondary school, the TA Marisha Community College TAMCC, or the New Life Organization NULO. Students must bring their competition apparel, like your clothes and your gears, in order to compete. Now, the trials will be held from May 14th to the 24th, 2019, from 2:30 p.m. to 5 p.m. All right, and of course, we will be able to put up the schedule for you on our website as well, so that you can check it out. But for those of you who are on the program and want a brief moment to take a look at the schedule to know when it is in your area, then you can do so. Like for example, on Tuesday 14th May, 2:30 to 5 p.m. St. Andrews and St. David. So they're doing basketball, Grenville Basketball Court, netball, Victoria Park in Grenville, and volleyball, St. Joseph's Convent, Grenville Hard Court. On Wednesday 15th May, 2:30 p.m. to 5, St. Patrick. They'll be doing basketball, netball, and volleyball. All right, so for basketball, St. Patrick RC School Hard Court. For netball, McDonald College Hard Court. For volleyball, McDonald College Hard Court. And on the 16th is St. Mark and St. John. For basketball, Corporate Peters Park. Netball, St. John's RC School Hard Court. And for volleyball, St. Rose Modern Secondary School Hard Court. Friday 17th, basketball, netball, and volleyball, the Carnage Sporting Complex for basketball. For netball, Tanti Netball Court. And for volleyball, the Carnage Sporting Complex. And finally, on the 22nd to the 24th, Carrieku, basketball, netball, and volleyball all will happen at the Hillsborough Hard Court. Now, Grenada will contest the WIS game title for a 9th consecutive year. The 2019 edition will be hosted in Dominica. All right, and for those of you who are interested and for more information, you can call 440-6917. Earlier, the next thing that we have to tell you about, boys, are information coming from the police, the Royal Grenada Police Force, boy. Now, the Royal Grenada Police Force say that they have observed an increase in the number of traffic violations in the Grand Dance area, commonly known as Wall Street. I ain't making it up. That's what they say. They have observed an increase in traffic violations, people, in that particular area, in the Wall Street area. The police say as a result, for the month of April 2019, there was an increase in the number of traffic tickets issued, as well as an increase in the use of the vehicle wheel clamp in the area. The Royal Grenada Police Force therefore reminds all motorists to obey all traffic regulations. Speaking of the police and traffic and then kind of business, boy, all you know what's going on right now? Police week activities is going on. They say it's police week, but it's more than a week of activities they're having. It's like a month-long activity of activities. The theme for this year's police week is United We Stand to Fight Against Sexual Abuse and Violent Crimes while promoting road safety and a healthier lifestyle. Police week is celebrating its 32nd anniversary. The actual week is from the 9th of June to the 15th. The participating clubs for Police Week are Claxton's Club, Beatles Club, James Club, Ogilvy's Club, Her Majesty's Prisons has been added. Then we have now newly added again Customs Department and the Airport Authority. The Police Week Champion Club for the past 5 years is Claxton's Club, which is Red House. They are the 2014 winners, 2015 winners, 2016 winners, 2017 winners, and the 2018 winners. But in 2019, there will be a new winner. I can say that with a straight face because I know that it's going to happen. 2019, there will be a new winner. And winning for 2019 will be James Club. What? Anyway, folks, let's talk about a few things that's been happening. They have had a debate and so on last week at Mount Morris, and it was really good. They're going to be having a debate again coming up this week. One of the debate is tonight. Just can't remember, but either tonight or in the next few days, they'll be having a debate in St. Andrew as well. And on Friday is one of the big events that they have, which is the Police Annual Food Fest. That's going to start at noon at the Pearls Airstrip. All right, and they're inviting persons to come out and support that. All right, they will have the King and Queen show. They will have all kind of thing happening after that too. You know, real thing happening. You understand? Good. We are moving on. World Red Cross Day is celebrated today. Yes, that's right. It's also known as World Red Cross and Red Crescent Day, which is observed every year on the 8th of May. It's somewhat a gentle nod to all the volunteers who have made unparalleled contributions to people in duress or need. Incidentally, today is also the birthday of Mr. Henry Dunant, who has generated the Red Cross Committee of the International ICRI in 1863 in Switzerland. All right, he was born on May 8th, 1828. All right, he was also a recipient of the Nobel Peace Prize. Now, today we had the Red Cross, and then they go in tongue, then they had an article parade or something of the sort with a big speaker and thing, and you know, talking a few minutes, something like that. Yeah, they are saying there are millions of persons as part of the organization. All right. They say there are a total of 11.7 million active volunteers. Yeah, throughout the world, and the theme for this year is #love. We are moving on. Olia, this has been submitted to us by a concerned citizen who says that it's worth mentioning that 4 students of the Presentation Brothers College did a heroic deed today. They say that there was a fire in the area this morning close to the school. Yes. The young men took it upon themselves to put out the fire, making the job for the firemen easier and saving property from destruction. 4 boys. According to the citizen, their names are Josh Alexander. Or give him a clap, no man. Don't just sit down like you follow. Yeah, give him a clap. Josh Alexander, Terrell Felix, Rashawn Borrell, and Jonathan Marshall. These are, according to this concerned citizen, are the boys who bravely took it upon themselves to put out a huge fire. And the concerned citizen wants this young man to know that their efforts was appreciated. I don't know if he's a fireman or send the message. I don't know if he's a principal. I don't know if he's a teacher. But a concerned citizen who said that they are just that. Get him a clap now. What this, boy? What this? Get them people a clap. Want to big up all the people on WPG10 viewing the program. You know what I mean? Or give them youth a clap, no man. Yes. What we're talking about? Yes. You know what I mean? Anyway, as we have been doing, Caroline Edwards, I see you on the program. Caroline Edwards, I want to put you in the Grenada Music Festival. I want you to have some fun. You know, so congratulations to you, Caroline Edwards. You have won yourself a ticket to go to the Grenada Music Festival. You get some soca in your lily lolo. You know what I mean? So congratulations to you. Send me a message at the end of the program. You know what I mean? We promise you, every night we giving away ticket on the program. You all want ticket for a reggae show too? Play that, you know. You know what I mean? All getting ticket, you know. Real ticket we give away. So congratulations to you, Caroline Edwards. You win yourself a ticket. I'll give Caroline a clap. In fact, give her claps. Real claps too. Anyway, let's go. The next thing that we have to tell all about, boy. We have a thing to tell all you now. Don't play all those stoosh, you know. Here what's going on. We told you about a robbery that took place in Jamaica. I lie, not Jamaica. What do you mean? In St. Lucia. Well, we have an update for you on that. Then, Prince Harry and Meghan names their baby Archie. I hear they plan to name the child Mikey, and then based on recent developments in the spice aisle, I'd make it up. Based on recent developments, they decided they ain't playing with the name Mikey. Not no. Nobody want to touch that name Mikey right now. So, we go tell you about that. You understand? As well as what going on with regards to child abuse cases in St. Lucia. We go tell you about Carrico too. But here what going on? Let all the boy drink a little coke and come back now, man. What it is, boy? The throat cannot dry. Let me drink some coke.
I see trees of green, red roses too. I see them bloom
For me and you.
I see friends shaking hands, saying, how do you do? They're really saying, I love you. What a wonderful world.
Experience convenient and affordable learning with online and blended higher education programs from the UWI Open Campus. Access our quality assured degrees, diplomas, and continuing and professional education programs at a pace designed to suit your lifestyle. Ask about our prior learning assessment, which credits previous learning experience and fast tracks the completion of your degree. Own your future. Apply today. For more information, visit www.open.uwi.edu. The UWI Open Campus, opening doors to life-changing learning. We all look forward to our retirement, enjoying our golden years with family, friends, and loved ones. The best way to secure an income during retirement is through investments, savings, and an NIS pension. Thanks to improvements in healthcare, Grenadians are living longer, healthier lives. These years also need to be covered by a pension to guarantee a comfortable life. Today you contribute 9% and retire at age 60. But as benefit expenses continue to rise, and with longer lifespans, the NIS won't be able to provide pensions and other social security benefits at this rate. To continue providing benefits, the NIS will need to increase the contribution rate from 9% to 11%, a 2% overall increase shared between you and your employer. The retirement age will gradually increase from 60 to 65 over an extended period. Let's put this into perspective. If you earn $1,500 today, your contribution is $60 and your employer pays $75. With a 2% increase shared between you and your employer, you'll now pay $75 and your employer will pay $90. That's only a $15 increase. These are the types of social security changes being made worldwide. In fact, Grenada has one of the lowest pension age and contribution rates in the region. With these small changes, you'll be able to continue enjoying all social security benefits and retire between age 60 and 65 with the guarantee of a pension from the NIS. If these adjustments aren't made now, then by 2035, the NIS will need to increase your contribution rate to 22.5%. So, what can you do? Support the incremental changes and continue with the solidarity of the Grenadian people. A little change today for a convenient, happy future.
The excitement builds for the Grenada Music Festival 2019. 3 nights of pulsating live music and great food. The festival kicks off on Friday, June 7th with Rhythm and Soul, featuring Freddie Jackson, Carrie Hilson, Eddie Bullen, Jefferson Ramirez and the Solid Band, and more. Saturday is Reggae Fest with performances by Busy Signal, Maxi Priest, Kamani Marley, and a special surprise guest. The festival climaxes on Sunday, June 9th with Soca Fusion featuring the All-Stars with Blacks and Teddyson John, Patrice Roberts, Was Ways, and many more. General admission Friday and Saturday $80. Sunday you pay only $60. Limited early bird, season pass, and VIP tickets now available at gotofet.com. It's the most talked about event of the year, GMF 2019. June 7th to 9th. Get your tickets today.
I tell you, short things with a steak, real short too. We don't, yeah, I mean, yeah, when we say we're doing it short, is short, we're doing it, we're cutting it short. Oh, yeah. Now, one of the two men who were caught on camera robbing a Chinese restaurant in Castries on Sunday has been caught. But this time not by camera, this time by police. And they are saying that, they are confident that they will catch the other person because the police know what they're doing. We join the folks out there in St. Lucia HTS News Force for an update on that story.
Whatever perverse pleasure the bold bandits may have received from their raid of the Chinese restaurant Seatown on Sunday may be short-lived. According to police sources, one of the suspects, the man believed to be wielding the weapon at the back, is in police custody, and time may be running out for the second suspect. He is the one with the knife taking the cash from the till and sniffing around for anything of value he could steal, before helping himself to some cold drinks from the cooler. Is, according to police sources, being questioned at the Grosile police station. News Force understands that he may be charged by Thursday. With daring daylight burglaries becoming more frequent, smart businesses are taking steps, beefing up security, installing closed-circuit cameras, and keeping as little cash as possible. As a result of some of the steps taken by businesses, some of the raids are registering a loss in cash of less than $200. However, the loss to the sense of business security is immeasurable. Some businesses never reopen their doors. If a robber is caught, he may have to find about 100 times the loot just to secure the services of a decent lawyer, while he languishes at prison at Bodily, awaiting a trial date that may take years. If he is convicted, the fines, criminal record, and prison time may set that individual back a lifetime. Stanley Lucian for the HTS News Force.
I like the perspective, I like the angle on this story. Very interesting angle on the story. So I have to say, HTS, that's why I like to do stories from them, because I think they have an idea. They got it. They got this whole thing figured out. So yeah, big up to the folks at the HTS News Force for that piece, boy. Yeah, I like all it. I just wish I miss my partner. I mean, my partner gonna end up making news. You understand? But that's small thing. Okay, so the next thing that we have to tell all about, boys, Prince Harry and Meghan. They have named their child Archie. I don't want to see Archie. Archie. You understand? They show the wall. Britain's Prince Harry and his wife Meghan today announced their new dream son, named his Archie, all after showing him off to the world for the first time. You understand? So, yes, that's all I had to say. That's all I have to say. I don't know more to say. Yeah. Next story. Well, I thought I had thing to say. I didn't have to say. Just say the name of the child. Just say the name of the child. I don't concern about nothing else. Just that they make the child and they think, and that's it. Yeah, we don't have nothing else to say about the story. Oh, yeah. Too many child abuse cases go unreported. And that's according to officials out there in St. Lucia. And the reason why I'm telling you this is because that can also hold true for Grenada and other small island states.
Dr. Gail Rigobert says educators cannot afford to drop the ball on reporting child abuse and neglect. The Education and Gender Relations Minister held her final term meeting with principals for the 2018-2019 academic year on May 2nd. She expressed her concern about unreported cases of child abuse, stating that educators who are on the front lines as they supervise children must play their role in stamping out abuse and making the country safe for children.
While we have done a fantastic job in addressing many of the social ills that affect children in particular, especially as it pertains to physical and sexual abuse, we still have a very, very long way to go. There are still too many cases that are not being reported. I will say to you, in my humble estimation, and I have said that to you previously, if you do not report it, you are equally culpable or guilty.
Minister Rigobert says there is no excuse to remain silent on child abuse.
I will not subscribe to your retort, which sometimes sounds like, oh, for years we've been reporting and nothing has happened. I beg to differ and to say to you, in the last 2.5 years in particular, we have had a team that has had a zero tolerance policy. In our policy, and Mrs. Charles and Mr. Kodra know this very well, the minute it reaches our desk, we're obliged to act. And we're no longer putting these in drawers or in folders or in files, or alerting the perpetrators that the ministry is coming for you. When you do that, you are enabling the perpetrator.
The Education Minister says her management team has been dedicated to tackling every case of abuse that reaches the unit's desk. She says the goal is to take a stand for any suffering students.
Experts tell me if we were to take a tour to Bordelais, we would understand the root cause of a lot of what has propelled these young men and women to be where they are today.
Thank you. I would suggest some public speaking, and I mean no offense, but I just think the delivery of the message needs to be a little more differently constructed, but anyway, we understand where she's going with this. All right, so thanks very much, Minister for Education. I mean no harm. All right, so we're moving on. All right, Olia, the next thing that we have to tell Olia about, but we have time, right? Because I don't like to neglect sorry, I don't like to neglect Carriacou, so I like to at least, a little balance now. Yeah. So let's talk about Miss Phenomenal. We get a special report from KOMG Productions on the event.
With a total of 242.5 points, Renisha Wells, Miss Persistent, was crowned Miss Phenomenal 2019. The show was held at the Hillsborough Community Center. Miss Wells also got Best Introduction, Talent, and Interview.
Blossom from the countryside of Violence St. Andrew. I am 25 years old, mother of one, Renisha Wells, bringing warm greetings from the mainland Grenada. There is no easy way to begin a speech on the topic of child abuse, as this social ill continues to bombard Grenada, Carriacou, and P.T. Martin. Every year, over 8 million children are abused worldwide. According to the Child Protection Authority of Grenada, over 600 children throughout our Tri-Island state suffered from abuse in 2018. You want to know why? Because when I look at the local news and listen to the Mikey Live and all them other news sources in the Caribbean, it makes my blood crawl. When I look around and I see them big bus drivers, them big conductors trying to take away poor little innocence from them school children, oh God, it does cry. When I look around and I see them ministers and police officers doing the same thing, oh God, it does cry me. When I look around and I see doctors and lawyers going to prison for these qualities of crime, gosh, it does really bother me.
What is your understanding of the following quote by Eleanor Roosevelt? It says, no one can make you feel inferior without your consent. No one can make you feel inferior without your consent.
This is an insightful statement about self-esteem, which I agree with. Put simply, it means that no one can make you feel as if you are not as good as someone else, unless, of course, you let them. It is your choice whether you allow other people to make you feel bad at what you do. There are many things in life that are beyond our control, but our personal thoughts are not among them.
Best evening wear went to Chauvin Charles Miss Ambitious.
Signified her man-made tiger stripes from giving birth to her phenomenal, glorious son. At the top of this beautiful Maureen fishtail silhouette, rhinestones are perfectly laid to accentuate this beautiful gown. Perfect in her own skin, Siobhan's dress was designed and made by Natolia Bettel of Martinique. Ladies and gentlemen, a phenomenal woman, a phenomenal mother.
Samaria Charles Miss Courageous was Miss Congeniality.
That does not take away from their beauty. The rhinestone lace along the front of Samaria's body exudes the brightness of a woman who has been renewed after her past traumatic experience. They accentuate her shine, her glow, once she has overcome the scourge of domestic violence. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you Samaria Charles.
The pageant gives the participants the opportunity to speak on issues which may be affecting society. This year's pageant was held under the theme Empowering Our Women for a Challenging World. Miss World was crowned by the 2018 Miss Phenomenal winner Kentisha McGilvery.
All right, thank you very much for that. And folks, we are moving on. We take a quick break, and when we come back, of course, we've got the national report and the weather.
We all look forward to our retirement, enjoying our golden years with family, friends, and loved ones. The best way to secure an income during retirement is through investments, savings, and an NIS pension. Thanks to improvements in healthcare, Grenadians are living longer, healthier lives. These years also need to be covered by a pension to guarantee a comfortable life. Today you contribute 9% and retire at age 60, but as benefit expenses continue to rise and with longer lifespans, the NIS won't be able to provide pensions and other social security benefits at this rate. To continue providing benefits, the NIS will need to increase the contribution rate from 9% to 11%, a 2% overall increase shared between you and your employer. The retirement age will gradually increase from 60 to 65 over an extended period. Let's put this into perspective. If you earn $1,500 today, your contribution is $60 and your employer pays $75. With a 2% increase shared between you and your employer, you'll now pay $75 and your employer will pay $90. That's only a $15 increase. These are the types of social security changes being made worldwide. In fact, Grenada has one of the lowest pension age and contribution rate in the region. With these small changes, you'll be able to continue enjoying all social security benefits and retire between age 60 and 65 with the guarantee of a pension from the NIS. If these adjustments aren't made now, then by 2035, the NIS will need to increase your contribution rate to 22.5%. So, what can you do? Support the incremental changes and continue with the solidarity of the Grenadian people. A little change today for a convenient, happy future.
Westerhall Rum's Masters of Calypso 4, Sunday, May 12th, Mother's Day at Spice Basket. Showtime 6 p.m. Early bird tickets $50, $60 after. Featuring live from Trinidad and Tobago, Lord Nelson. Lord Nelson.
Darling, I love this
Gypsy. and Saint Francine.
Darling, I ain't ready. So if you have a problem, dope is not the answer.
And from Grenada, Beast Scholar, Hitman Inspector, Papa Jerry, Laura Lisa, Chain, and the 1974 Independence Calypso Monarch Original Inspector. Special award ceremony for Black Wizard, celebrating 50 years in the art form, all backed by the Royal Grenada Police Force Band. A special cocktail on entry for all mothers compliments Wester Hall Rums. Tickets available at Mitchell's Health and Wellness in Granada, Grenadian Optical in St. George's and Granada, Kittens Pharmacy in Grenville, St. George's and Granada, St. David's Pharmacy and Licks and Bites Guave. One special evening dedicated to mothers. Sunday, May 12th, 6 p.m. This will be one unforgettable show. Wester Hall Rums, Masters of Calypso 4.
And so it begins, a journey like no other. Jungles so lush, they make emeralds jealous. Water that sparkles like diamonds. Mountains with more facets than precious gems. This is where good times are had, where love is strengthened, where memories are formed. And when it all comes to an end, bring home something that will never fade. Colombian Emeralds International. Bring home more than a memory.
All right, folks, and what we have for you now is the National Report.
IMF predicts growth for Grenada for 2019. We'll have details to this story and more in the National Report. With the details to the news for Wednesday, May 8th, 2019, I am Rakisha St. Louis. The International Monetary Fund projects strong outlook for growth for Grenada's economy. That confirmation on Wednesday by senior economist and IMF mission chief Bogdan Lesovolik during a press conference. He was presenting the findings and recommendations of the IMF mission in Grenada. Lesovolik says it was found that there will be gradual growth and fiscal performance of 3.5% in 2019.
The economic performance, and by that I mean macroeconomic performance, as favorable, and in particular there is a strong output growth and strong fiscal performance. This combination is a good combination, and we call it a virtuous circle, whereby good output performance helps improve the fiscal position, which in turn is anchored by the fiscal responsibility framework. Our projections are such that we think that there will be a gradual easing of GDP growth as the current strength, particularly in construction sector, subsides. So we think that in 2019, GDP growth will be around 3.5%. And then over the medium term, over the next few years, growth would settle in the region of 3%.
He said there is still concern surrounding the unemployment rate, although it has declined. In addition, while there is an external deficit of 11%, which is lower than 2018 and the previous years, the mission commended the Citizenship by Investment program and construction projects for contributing significantly to the growth. The mission has recommended that government off-scale public spending, channel spending pressures, and accelerate reform to generate sustainable employment.
Mainly about safeguarding the economy against risks of maybe what one would call spending that is not adding to the productive potential of the economy, is aging-related spending pressures. It's very important to accelerate reforms to close some of the gaps in terms of trading across borders that are highlighted by surveys. Also, registration of property. We understand that there are efforts, projects to digitize and simplify procedures, and these efforts need to be accelerated. In terms of generating overall growth potential of the economy, it's important to capitalize on tourism and to build links of the tourism sector with agriculture and with other tradable sectors.
The National Insurance Scheme continues to promote its improvement and sustainability plan to the public as it strives to get support for its implementation. The plan was established following the release of the 11th Actuarial Review, which indicated that operations must change to sustain the credibility of the NIS. Since then, the NIS has been hosting public consultations and meeting with key stakeholders to reveal the findings of the review and the proposed recommendations. On Tuesday, the consultations were held in St. Patrick. The NIS has been advised since 2006 to gradually increase the retirement age to 65 and also the contributory rate. Director of the NIS, Dorset Cromwell, said the main concern is sustaining pension benefits. He highlighted some factors that are affecting the scheme's contribution rate, thus affecting pension.
The issue of number of workers. Of course, if you have higher unemployment, you have fewer persons working in the country. If you have fewer persons working in the country, you have fewer persons contributing to the NIS, so you have less contribution income. So these are some of the key issues that affect you. Total fertility rate, births, migration, number of workers.
Grenada, he said, is not the only country grappling with social security issues. However, other islands have made the necessary changes and were able to extend the life of their schemes. The onus, he said, is on everyone to accept there is a problem that needs urgent attention.
We have to make a determination whether we want to make a small adjustment now, increase the retirement age, and a small adjustment of paying a small increase in the contribution rate, 1% for employer, 1% for employees, or we are prepared to pay a contribution rate, maybe not us, but our kids, of 22.5% in 2035, or pay a contribution rate of 40-something% later on. That is the choices that we as a people have to make.
This is the National Report. We'll have more news after the break.
Data reveals that rats and other rodents are responsible for the transmission of many diseases. In Grenada, the most common is leptospirosis, and it can cause your death. This disease is directly related to rats and mice infestation. Signs and symptoms of lepto, as it is commonly referred to, are high fever, headache, chills, muscle aches, vomiting, jaundice, and abdominal pain. If your home had or is infected with rats and you have any of these symptoms, please check with your doctor immediately. Declare war on rats. Starve them. Kill them. Rats are the most unwelcome guests. Reduce, control, eliminate them. This is a message from the Ridge to Reef Project, protecting biodiversity and ecosystem functions.
Welcome back. The Sandoz Foundation has come to the rescue of the School for the Deaf by procuring at a cost exceeding US $10,000 several critical assessment and assistive devices. These will be used for detecting hearing loss and facilitating the education of students with hearing loss. We get more in this report from Annette Moore.
The Sandoz Foundation handed over the donation of items on Tuesday, April 7th at a ceremony held at the Grenada Athletic Stadium in St. George. Principal of the School for the Deaf, Michelle Braffett, emphasized the importance of the donation.
As World Federation for the Deaf states, deaf children must have access to equal and quality education. Deaf children must have the right to expect that their needs and human, linguistic, and educational rights are respected and supported by educational authorities. Special educators, I say to us today and to us parents and students and all gathered here, we have come a long way. Special needs provision is on the upward trend in Grenada, Carriacou, and Petit Martinique. We can now boast of having assessments that are on par with international standards, thanks to Sandals Foundation.
As we endeavor to develop global citizens, we have to look at 21st century skills. We are not only providing for other people, but we're providing for Sandals too. Because some of your guests might be hearing impaired. And we can create opportunities for our hearing impaired students as they grow up, as they enter the job market to access quality employment.
For several years, officers within the Special Education Unit of the Ministry of Education, Human Resource Development and Religious Affairs have had challenges in undertaking appropriate diagnoses for some categories of disability and needed better assessment tools.
Hearing loss is an invisible disability. Yet, if we look at statistics, we would realize it is highly prevalent. If undetected, it can lead to difficulties in many aspects of a child's life, such as their language, their socialization, academics, and most importantly, their human development and their self-actualization. If a hearing loss is diagnosed early, then the child can be immersed into language and interpersonal relationships, whether it's through the development of the auditory skills and spoken language, through sign language, or a combination of both.
The lack of a portable audiometer also limited screening of students island-wide. In October 2018, the ministry approached the Sandals Foundation for financial assistance to purchase several key items aimed at improving service delivery to special education students with hearing loss. In January 2019, Sandals consented and immediate action was taken to purchase the items, which include an LCD projector for training and workshops and 20 Amazon HD8 Kindle devices for use by students and itinerant teachers, which will have educational apps related to the students' specific needs. Another very critical addition is one shoebox audiometer, which is an iPad with audiometer software, which will facilitate fast screening within schools to determine whether a child has hearing loss. It can also be used for adults. Assessment tools and text include several assistive texts, checklists, and tests for the hearing impaired. 2 toner cartridges for printing were also donated.
The donation, valued at just about 28,000 EC dollars, continues the Sandals Foundation's commitment to supporting educational advancement across the Caribbean.
Congratulations to the school, because you took the initiative to write the proposal to identify the needs, and here you are today being the recipient of these wonderful gifts. I would also like to say congratulations and thank you very much for your support, your partnership to Sandals Grenada, because the Ministry of Education has a lot to do, and we do a lot. But critical to our functioning is a partnership that we have with our social partners.
For the National Report, I'm Annette Moore.
That story just ended the National Report for today, Wednesday, May 8th, recapping the top story. IMF predicts growth for Grenada for 2019. On behalf of everyone here at the Government Information Service who made this newscast possible, I am Rikisha St. Louis saying thank you for joining us. Until next time.
Thank you very much, Rikisha, and everyone else. And here's the weather for you right now. The current temperature here in St. George's is around 28 degrees Celsius, humidity 83%, precipitation 54%, and wind 24 kilometers per hour. Tonight's minimum temperature is expected to be just around 26 degrees Celsius, and of course that's the generic weather for you folks, and we want to say thank you for joining us. And before we go, just to take a few seconds to say hi to Shireen, Spice Girl, Deslin, Angela, Rena, and Sweetness, Lintona, and Ala, and Kevin, and all the folks tuned in as well on WPG10. We'd like to say hello to you guys. Those of you who are currently viewing on YouTube, we say hello to you as well. Samantha and Esther. Okay, Esther. Hello to you, Esther. Big up. Happy birthday, happy anniversary, happy belated, happy everything. I'm telling you, happy from now until next week. All right, big up yourself and everyone else on the program. Thank you for joining us. We touch base with you tomorrow, God's willing. We have run out of time. Let's say thank you very much. All right, Clisilda, Irma, Shomin, Tammy, and the whole crew. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We all say, yeah, no. Good night, everyone. And WPG10 viewers, good night to you as well. Goodbye.